Hello, I'm going to do a series on what I'm calling digital lock boxes. And I work in a learning management system called Canvas, and so I've created these digital lock boxes in Canvas. So with each video I'm going to take a different lockbox that I've done and just kind of give you a little bit of an overview, just to kind of maybe put an idea out there, and plus anyone that wants to take a look at these digital lock boxes, not only for their own ideas, but to just kind of show off some options maybe. Okay, so this is the teacher view, and you can see I have quite a few headings that I have turned off right now. Students don't need to see that. With these headings, I also have the password or the clue that they will need, and you can kind of see I started off with I wanted a fantasy type theme to start, and so immediately I just thought of Lord of the Rings, and then within a minute or two I decided to go with Lord of the Onion Rings and kind of have a food theme to this. Okay, the student view would be this, so all the headings are off, and for this particular one, it's for the most part it's a series of quizzes. And each clue, or each task I should say, the answer to whatever that task is will actually get them into the next task, which gets them into the next task, etc., etc. So they have to complete them in order. Not all of my lockboxes are like that, but this one is. So by the time they get down to the bottom, hopefully they get through it. If they get through it, then it will give them their prize. You can also see over here that they do have to complete all of the items in turn. That's the only way they're going to get through it. Okay, so let's just kind of go in and take a look at what the students are going to see. The first is just some directions, and now they get this page which kind of sets the theme. All of the icons I've gotten from Flaticon, and the backgrounds I got from KB4 Images. Okay, and I did all this in Google Slides. Okay, I don't have much experience in anything else like Photoshop or anything cool, right? So I just basically can put images as the background and put text over top. Okay, I can do that. That's something I can do. So it gives them the story, the storyline. They're off on their journey, right? And I'm working in math, not always. I'm the math teacher, so I do try to work in some math when I can. Otherwise, it's meant to be an extension. Okay, so sometimes that means I'm extending them in terms of math, and sometimes I'm extending them in terms of just using their brains to problem solve and to use some critical thinking. Also to sometimes do some collaboration, which they do oftentimes. To communicate, basically the 4 C's, right? So they have to read this. What tax are they expected to pay? It's actually sales. You can see that this here is from H5P, so I use H5P quite a bit. Alright, so now they're going to go next. And remember, each one leads them to the next one. So now they have a quiz, gives them a little bit more information. And now they're able to go into the quiz, but they need a code, right? So what code is that going to be? Sales, because that answered the last task. All right. Now they have no, thanks. Now, again, same story there. Now they have a question, and they have to solve this particular task. I have found that for the students, this task has proven challenging, and so I have given them a hint. Okay, so for some of them it's gotten a little bit easier. This was my very first lockbox, and I did actually make the tasks a little difficult, but for whatever reason they are absolutely drawn to this particular one, and it could just be the title, I'm not really sure, or the cute little pictures, or who knows. Okay, but my 5th graders are drawn to it. Alright, so this is actually a graph or listing a grid, I should say, of the prime numbers. So they have to make a list of the prime numbers, and I've assigned a letter to each prime number. And this helps them figure out which letters did I assign to which numbers. Okay, so they would also have to solve this. So this is dividing with 2-digit divisors. Definitely a 5th grade skill. And once they figure out these letters, then if they put K as, I don't know what it is. It's, what is that? That's like, we'll say 37 because I don't know. And so 37 is K. So what comes after 37? 41. So 41 would probably be L, etc., etc. And now they come down here. These are their prime numbers again. They look up to see what their list says. They put their letters in here. I've already forgotten what is this task. I mean, what is this? This is like Hobbit, is it? I don't really know. It is Hobbit. So it gives them a chance to check before they're able to move on, right? So if they miss it here in the H5P, they can try again instead of typing it in to submit the quiz. Gives them a chance to try their answer before it's time to move on. If I forget, I can always come over here because remember, in my headings, I've also put the titles. I mean the clues. So Gollum would be next. All right. So we've already taken it. We've passed it. Let's move on. All right. So now we're going to match the tiles. It says again, the story continues. They're meeting different characters. Let's take the quiz. We already said that it was Hobbit. I think I might put that lowercase. I don't remember. And I can't remember if it's case sensitive in Canvas. All right, so there's their story, and here's their puzzle. Good luck. Now they have to, no, thanks. Now they have to match the tiles, and they will record their letters as they go. So I've actually forgotten. So converting mixed numbers into improper fractions, and vice versa. Right, so 24/5, is that right? Did I do that right? 24/5. I probably didn't. How embarrassing is this math teacher? I'm going too fast. And yeah, I totally. 24/5. 24/5. Did you see it? I missed it. And 24/5. Ah, equivalent fractions too. Oh, I was sneaky. All right, so when they match it, I told you this one was hard. I don't know why they enjoy it so much. I really need to make it easier. That's an L, right? So they record the letters as they match them, and they have to rearrange them. And I think we already saw that this one was this one Gollum? Yeah. All right, so let's try Gollum. And that should be right. Check. Let's move on. Alright. More story. Now they're doing ordered pairs. Gollum. Alright. Go. Let's get to it. Here we go. More stories. Now they're up against some ghosts. They're in the field of super scary noises. And they have to find these on this particular graph. Again, H5P. So 4-8 rather. 4-8. Boom. They hit it. Look at that. F. Remember, the hint is giving them a little bit of a hint because that was difficult and they may not even notice that there's an F down there, right? 13-0. Boom. R. Alright. FR. 5-2. O. Alright, so this is going to be Frodo, this is going to be Baggins. Alright, Total Geek. Baggins, I think there's a... Yep, there's a space too. They're not even going to know who this is, unless they've watched the movie. And that's okay, I don't mind. Alrighty. We've passed, let's move on. So right now, I'm really, by going through these, number one, I'm showing you that instead of just text on the background, right, we can spice it up. Give them something cute to look at. Give them a nice story to read. I wouldn't say nice story. Okay, I won't give myself too much credit. Hopefully they'll find it kind of funny. Frodo Baggins. I think I typed that correctly. There we go. Okay. Now this one, oh my goodness, this one is tough. And I realize this now. Okay. I went to Ruwix, and it allows you to upload a photo, and then you can shuffle them, right? Slide puzzle. But this is a 4x4, and that is crazy difficult. So this is definitely a challenge. I have had some get through that. Once they are finished with this, then it will give them problems. And in fact, you can see here, too difficult, try this one. And I found another slider, but that one, you know, I think it only has 9 tiles. Definitely much easier. So, you know, as you give them to your kids, these lock boxes, you know, you'll be able to judge how difficult you've made it. And you can certainly make some adjustments, obviously, or you can add something. I added the hints, and I added this after the fact, after I had a few that had already tried and were struggling. Alright, so once they solve these 5 problems, they come over here and they're like, okay, one of my problems has an answer of 5 9800ths, which means that's going to be an I. One of my answers better be 374 7/10. That's going to be an O. What are we? Bilbo. Okay. So let's just jump in there. We already know it's Bilbo, so I'll just go right to it. Alright, so I like to do a little combination when I can. Multiple puzzles. So they get the problems here, but here the answers will give them the letters that they need to move on. That one was H5P, while the other one was the Ruwick. Okay, so let's move on. And again, we're furthering the story. And we said that was Bilbo. Alright, let's see what our question is. Solve my puzzle. Alright, got it. There we go. They solve it, right? Again, dividing with 2-digit divisors. They drag it over. Let's cheat. 2973. 5 HP, folks. 5 HP. I've already forgotten. 5. Is that the same? Did it put it in the same order? Nope, it just switched these two. 5 HP has a nice variety of quizzes and tasks and puzzles and that sort of thing. Really good. I've used this a lot, especially here with the lock boxes. Alright, there's the code. 2973. Once they solve the problems, they put the answers where they belong. 2973. That one was pretty straightforward, I would say. That's not one that's meant to really trip them up too much. Okay, and I think we're near the end. There we go. So they're on their way to the end. Let's see what happens. 2973. One more. Alright, having successfully completed the journey and destroyed the onion rings, I'd like to reward you with your greatest wish. What would you like as your reward? A lifetime supply of fruits and vegetables, Takis, ice cream, soda, cheesecake, liver, and onions. And of course the correct answer is fruits and vegetables, because that is healthy and it's not liver and onions. And I don't know, maybe liver and onions is healthy, but no, thank you. I'm not doing that. There we go, and I've actually taken us into the next one. So that's the last one. So as I'm completing this, I realized that what I should do is put one more so that when they go next, it says, actually, here are your rewards. And I like to give them rewards in the class, whatever that might be. Some of our school dollars or some just some points that they might use toward an assignment. You know, something. this is a funny ending, but you know, for all that work, I really should give them something a little more meaningful. Okay, so I'm probably going to add to that. So that is my first, what am I calling it? I'm calling it a lockbox. That's what I'm calling it. All right. And a digital lockbox. And I'm using Canvas to do that. And you can see that I've made it very ordered, meaning one takes it to, it gets them into the next task, which gets them into the next task. And I have some that I'm going to show you in other videos that they can go in any whatever order they want, and then they tackle a quiz at the very end, and they type in all of the codes that they've gotten as they've moved through the challenges. But this one was definitely from start to finish, just in a nice series of tasks, which I think is one way of doing it. You know, to have one be the passcode to the next. Easy enough. And Canvas is beautifully set up for that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope maybe that gave you a couple of ideas. I hope that you come back and watch some other videos that I'm going to do here in the next few days, because I'm going to show you even more ideas and more sites that you might bring in, puzzles and that sort of thing. So come on back, and thanks for watching. And if you want to, if you feel like it, go ahead and give it a like, or go ahead and share it, or heck, sub to my channel. That'd be awesome too. All right.